as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Nittany Lions will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 15, looking for room. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Ready, break. Razor.
Quarterback may change this route.
Easy.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Working that left side now. And 45 on his way. Wide open spaces. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Gonna run it. It's Young. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Things looking really good for this offense on their first drive of the game. They've been able to get it done a lot of ways. An explosive play there in the running game. Great vision. He's able to break out, and he sets his offense up in 1st and goal.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Motion from the back. On the snap, it's Hale. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
The coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Hayes. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The give to the left side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
To the air, it's Ducky. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Hunt is in the air. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. On the run, it's Young. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. To the air, it's Sayin. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Handoff to the lone back. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
He caught it! Touchdown time! The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
The extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Arkansas delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Fayetteville. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. Always fun to see two of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. There he goes. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
Explosive plays are great, but you got to finish the deal. 1st and 10 in the red zone. To the air, it's Duggar. Got the quick pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Power football with the run. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. First down marker just short of the goal line. Snags it. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the first tackle, but couldn't get rid of the next guy and get that extra yardage needed for the first down.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Touchdown, Penn State! Fitted in the window for the score.
Really nice job between the quarterback and tight end on that play. And in this area of the field, these windows are really small, so you've got to have great timing. QB and tight end showed you right there.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Quarterback adapting. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it down the right side. They make the stop, but this junior loves to show off his arm strength, and he did it there. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So first down here as they go back to work. Using his legs, it's Young. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys.
Turning it on! He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the 1st down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down, and shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
The Crimson Tide need just a few inches here on 3rd down. This is a designed run. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Grant behind the line. It's Hale. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Stop it when you've heard this before. 1st down. 1st down. 1st down. Just continuing to put 1st downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Motion from the wideout. He'll take it himself. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Duggar. Got his man on the right. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a crease to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, can these guys use a score to cut into this lead. This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Gonna let it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Adams. Across the 35. Open space at the 25. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Snagged out of the air. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They go to the ground, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Duggar. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low-line drive and not his best work. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Gets the back moving. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Okay, ready? Set, cut.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Unleashes one. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Pound 55 weak.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Going deep. He's got it inside the 25. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. They'll immediately call timeout.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Moves.
They'll move the wide receiver. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And he's got it! Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air on first down. Shoots it to the left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Using his legs, it's Hayes. At the 35, he's got more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And that last carry pays off with a C note, already at 100 yards.
And he's done it with so much balance and so much power and so much speed. He's really shown you that he's a great back in a multitude of ways. And guess what? It's still the first half.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, the running back looking for room. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
The Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Scanning the field, it's Duggar. Throwing right. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. That's caught. It's Hayes. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Got it in the middle, it's Craver. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Easy.
Keeps it on the bootleg. Looking to scramble. Got a man. It's Young. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Grabbed behind the line. It's Craver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. Looking to throw, it's Sayed. Fires on the move. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Penn State.
Bunch formation for these receivers. He'll start this drive firing. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Now facing a third and long. Back to throw, it's Duggar. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field.
Number 12 in punt formation to kick it away.
And they'll get him on the ground as Yafets comes out to start the next drive. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount. They take care of the ball. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. He's going to run it.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on third down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. They'll run for it. Alabama will get the first down.
That's not surprising. You're going for that every single time. 4th and inches in your opponent's territory. You're trying to get closer and closer to field goal range so you can pay this drive off by scoring points. Nice play call.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. Makes the grab on the left. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Got some room to run. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that if this guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
And it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smarter.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
So now it's second and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Off play action on first down. Throwing on the run. Looking to get it in. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
The give. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this third quarter in style. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through three. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Flushed out of the pocket. Touchdown time! And they add 6 more in the ball minutes to the house. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. War Eagle. Auburn is putting on a show offensively. They just simply can't be stopped. They're up by 35 over Duke. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats and get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Buys a little extra time. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Gets it out fast. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
After the penalty, the playbook is wide open on 1st and 5. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Right on the money. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short.
Get set, get set.
Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Safe completion on the screen. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now breaks into the open. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Denmark. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback going straight.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Handoff to the single running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
Now on 1st down from the 28. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Alabama pushing the tempo. Back to pass on 2nd down. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Never say die. And I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Flips it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making...
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Oh, he's got some space. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Maryland is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the type of day that can crush morale. They're trailing by 39 to Michigan. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Sayin. Grabbed in the middle, it's Tuggle. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Gonna sling it on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Meadows. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. The play action fake. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Setting up the screen. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
Waits to grab at the 25, and there's room. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Finds a man on the right. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. I guess they're just trying to build up the stats. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats